Lambeau Field, home to the Texas A&M Aggies, the Corps Cadets, the world-famous 12 band, Lady Reveille, and early indication, a whole throng of Aggies ready to make some noise. Coaches like to say, play the next one on the schedule. This one carries a little more weight, a mid-season top 10 showdown. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The offense lining up for a first down play. He's going to pass. With the catch, it's Hunter. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I love the play call. First play in the game, there's no mystery. We're going to get one of our best players the football right now and let you know about it. Awesome job.
They'll leave it with him. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? Back to throw, it's Vargas. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Well, they try to throw for it there on 3rd down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these?
Oh, picked off. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. So they'll get a fresh set of downs thanks to that roughing the passer penalty. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see Who are the dudes on the squad? These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
They'll try the run. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
Really nice run there. This guy's so exciting to watch when he's out in the open field. Kind of reminds me of old Clemson greats like C.J. Spiller and Travis Etienne. When they got into the second level, you just held your breath because you thought there was a chance they could break it off for a touchdown. This guy has that same dynamic playmaking ability.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll give it to the back. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They'll power it inside with the fullback. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
I tell you what, fullbacks are kind of dying breeds. You just don't use them very much. So when you bring them in the game, a lot of times you bring them in the game to be physical and stout blockers, and then occasionally you give them the ball in those short yardage situations. You say, go get me a first down, big fella.
This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. Give to the fullback. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
He's brought down at the 28. Brings up second down.
This offense has a second down play. They're looking for an advantage to the right. He gets it across the 25 to the 24, give him 5 on the carry.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Handoff to the fullback. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. Thought maybe they would consider the field goal here, but the offense is staying out there on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on fourth down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
Give to the running back. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Fires to the wideout. And the pass hits, picked off. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And not all guys have the ability to break on the football, go make a play, and catch it. You know, you play defense for a reason. A lot of the wide receivers are the ones that do most of the catching. Great job by the defense securing the INT.
The offense set for a first down play. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play moves to change for the first down.
At the 14-yard line. And that's a first down for the offense. That's the end of the first quarter with the game scored.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Brought down at the 11-yard line. Brings up second down.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Big fullback's got it. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. On third down, going up top. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
They'll run the sneak for it. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down.
Hey, he looks short on that play, and the quarterback sneak is such an easy play, and you trust it because the quarterback gets the ball right away. But that defensive line was having none of it. Failed fourth down. Big-time stop for this defense.
Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass, it's Vargas. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that pass picked off. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. A really disappointing end to that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
And I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field. We didn't just punch it in. Let's put another drive together, Jesse, and this time, let's get some points.
You're right, because there were a lot of positives on that last drive. They did a lot of things really well. They just got to do a better job finishing.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. They'll go to the ground. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. The give to the back. Able to get one down to the 15.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. They'll go right back to the run. Kept it on the ground on 3rd down, picked up 5 yards, but it'll still be 4th and 1. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Fourth down, and this crowd is making it miserable on this offense. They'll try it on the ground. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about...
He lets one fly deep. Makes the grab on the right. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Makes the grab. Open space at the 25. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
That's caught. It's Hunter. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Man, this quarterback's been in a nice rhythm all drive, hasn't he? He's just playing on time. He's making good decisions. He's now got the offense at 1st and goal. I'd let him throw it down here. He has earned that right.
They are really clicking along. 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. Wide receiver coming across in motion. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
Texas A&M.
The Aggies are threatening on 1st and goal. Jet sweep to the receiver. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Oh, he's going to take a chance. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14.
First and 10.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Here's the handoff. Smashes through. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to...
The offense.
I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. The give to the fullback. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Fires on the move. It's complete. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This 1st half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. He lobs one high down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
Ball still at the 45 after the incompletion. They'll snap it 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And it's picked off. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
Really tough on an offense. 3rd and long. It's tough to know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that 1st down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. And with the ball in a spot like this, David, they might try to get something on the board before the break.
Oh, great opportunity to be aggressive. Find those couple plays you like. Push the ball down the field. At least try to get a field goal here, Tommy.
That's it, David. Just a couple of 1st downs here could be enough to steal 3 points before this half is over.
Texas A&M going quickly. Wants to throw on 1st down. Now adjusting. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
Defense is all about creating negative plays. And he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Aggies will line up to kick off and start the 2nd half. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. After the lack of production in the 1st half, plenty to talk about. Let's see what they can dial up here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think you stay calm. I think you make adjustments, Jesse. I think you realize what they're doing to us and how can I attack that. But you also tell the guys, low-scoring game, still very much in this. We can still be who we are.
It's a good point. I think on offense, this is not the time to reinvent the wheel. I think you stay true to who you are and what your identity is. And you've got to show confidence in your guys to go out and just execute better here in the 2nd half.
They'll give it to him again. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The give. Pirouettes away from the defense. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field and game tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. And he'll have enough for the 1st down at the 42.
And those little chunks keep annoying the crud out of you when you're on defense. It's just putting them in easy situations, chewing up 4 to 6 yards at a pop like that. Put you in a bad situation as a defensive coordinator. What do I call? Either way, priority number 1, we got to stop the run.
And the Tigers are moving quickly down the field. The give to the tailback. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
He's looking for a man on second down. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
And the defense comes up with the sacks. And this defense has been dialed in all day. Really good job. This offense is going to have to find something different, do something to try to stretch this D and make them feel uncomfortable.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got his man. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
To the ground with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting the backfield, making a play.
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Running back searching for a hole. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
How about that defense in the backfield? Nowhere to go right away. You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield and got the tackle for a loss.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Hand off from the shotgun. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Clemson will send the punt team out. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. They make the stop on the return, but there is laundry on the field. Let's get the call. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So the offense keeps its drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. Looking to move it through the air. Keeps it playing, but now he's swallowed up, and he'll be knocked down for a loss on the trick play.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. Leaves it with the back. Pulled down at the 29 after getting 5.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Give that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Keeps it on the bootleg. Buys a little time with his feet. Oh, he needs to get rid of it. He needs to do something, and he will go down. What a terrible, terrible play and a big loss. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total. Oh, right through his fingers. He muffed it. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He makes the connection. They bring him down. He's got a first down, but that might be the final play of the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Texas A&M 7, Clemson 0.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw. Finds his tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Makes the grab. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
This is so interesting right now, watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking for a productive play on first down. Let's go. Back to the air one more time. Caught over the middle. It's Hunter. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. To the air. It's Vargas. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Aggies! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. FIU is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 10 over Jacksonville State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. I can't think of anything that frustrates an offensive coordinator more than holding the ball a long time and having no points to show for it, David.
And Reese, first downs, yards, that's not even what they look at anymore. Yards don't really matter. You got to execute those critical areas on the field and get points on the board.
Yeah, it was mental errors on that last drive, too, that led to negative plays. They got to get those things erased and pull it back together here on this drive. Go put some points up on the board.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Finds a man on the left. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
They had this offense backed up. Now they have to be staggering. Can they deliver another punch on 1st and 10 from inside the 40? He's looking to throw it. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Leaves it with the running back. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26. Short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. Give to the fullback. Showing off the arms. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team. If they're having this much success on the ground, it starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
The Tigers are on the move. They go to the ground. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Well, the problem for this offense now late in the game, trailing by a bunch of points, is that the defense knows they're going to throw the football. And right now, offensively, they cannot protect the edge. You saw the speed coming from the outside. He was able to get to the quarterback for another negative play.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. He'll try to take it back. The 50. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
And that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. They are so close to a score they can smell it on the first play of the drive, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Aggie! And the beatdown has ensued. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Off play action. Here's a throw downfield late. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And it's his 4th interception of the night. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop it.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
Back to throw, it's Vargas. He's got his man. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that here on a critical 3rd down late in the game with the lead. Guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Power football with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
At this part of the field in the red zone, offensively, you're bringing all these tight ends in the game. You'd like to be more physical at the point of attack. That's why you're bringing the big bodies in, but they couldn't get it done up front, and as a result, it's a negative play.
Timeout called by the defense, and the clock is stopped with 18 seconds left. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your uni. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation